I nearly bumped you then.
Nearly bumped me, did you? Bumps. Hi.
We're here. Good morning.
We are. It's exciting.
It is exciting.
Isn't it?
It is exciting because...
Brand new MDF Desk Storage. Look at this, decorated with our beautiful download. Instead of printing them on rice papers, I just printed them on regular 140 GSM.
Oh,
and
so
look
lovely.
how beautiful this is. And we do have these papers as a download on the show for you. How lovely is that? Yes, we do, Andrew. Right at the bottom of your poll. It's all in the prep. And then all of these different compartments. Now, the great thing about our MDF is, first of all, it's really beautifully made, so fabulous quality MDF. But we give you the SVG files. So let me tell you a little bit of a backstory
Yes, please.
on this before we do the housekeeping. So we did a download. No, we didn't. We did a USB called Superior Storage when we were on Create and Craft. And what we've done now is sent the files to the MDF manufacturers to have it done out of MDF. Now, some of the files will be slightly different because when you're gluing something like a shelf to grey board, you don't have to allow for the slots.
Yeah.
So you would just cut one big piece, which is the files that we've given you. So you can use them with your grey board if you want to. I'm going to show you in this hour how to work out this bit.
Okay.
If you like.
Yes.
And these bits here and these bits here. Okay, so these bits fine, but there's some areas where you have to just play around a little bit. To be honest with you, for most of it, apart from these curvy things, it's rectangles or squares, and then I use a trimmer just to trim it back or a sanding block.
Yeah.
So please don't think that if you haven't got a scan and cut, you can't make this, because you absolutely can. You'll just use a trimmer or a ruler and a craft knife instead.
Makes sense, yep.
It's that simple. Okay, so this is what you're going to be buying. Now, the way that we've done this for you...
Excuse me, sorry.
Why did I not just turn that way instead of doing that?
It was because it was pretty, little pirouette.
It's a long time since I've done a pirouette. Right, so what they've done on boards like this is they've cut all the different pieces and they've etched the names of the pieces in. So draw base, for example, draw back, draw front, top, and then you go through all of these. So you've got your upper shelf, your back, upper section divider, lower divider, upper divider. You've got your sides, you've got your drawer, and then you've got your side panels for the actual unit itself.
So easy, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? It's brilliant. Now then, if you're going to paper it, there's no prep to it.
Right.
If you're going to paper the outside and paint the inside or put paint anywhere near it, I would recommend that you use this, and it's a thin layer. I mean a really, really thin layer, just over the side that you're going to paint. Because when MDF is cut, it's cut on a laser, so it creates soot. And even though you'll see it here, look at this, you can see which side the laser's cut it on, because it's got that slightly brown look and feel to it. If I turn it over, sorry Amber, you can see here where that soot is. Now, although it's brilliantly cleaned, if you're using a pale colour paint, it's going to pick up that colour, and it looks a bit nicotine stained. It's not very nice. So this, just literally thin layer, it will seal it. So then you can go in with your rice papers, etc., etc. If you're going to do rice papers and you want the colour to really pop, just use your white gesso, which we've also got on the show for you as well. But I think this, so the ones that I've made recently are on my desk.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
And I'm going to get 2 of these and put them back to back on my desk at home.
Yeah.
So it comes down almost like one of those desk tables that you lift up the lid.
Bureau.
Do you know, like a bureau? Yeah, we have one from my Auntie Bertha. It's years of Auntie Bertha. You don't hear that word anymore, do you? Auntie Bertha.
Like that.
I know. And then you could have 2 of them back to back, and that will give you loads of storage space. I also like this as a little bit of a stationery, like a letter rack.
Do you know what I was thinking? So as you know, and we'll be doing this in the shows that are coming up, very much into my journaling. And there's this whole sort of aesthetic thing on your Instagrams and your social medias where you have your desk curated on a theme, and it's very sort of oldie-worldy, Old English, writing desk, beautiful aesthetic. It is so core at the moment on your social media. It's
fabulous, isn't it?
25% of this kit is
already
allocated and in baskets. You guys already know, if you've seen our MDF kits before, you know how good quality they are. And
this lot you're getting.
if you're a collector like Melis and you want your whole desk desk done out in this style. Isn't it lovely to have the next thing in line?
Absolutely. And I love that it's just a blank substrate, so it gives you so much room for creativity. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. So if you're brand new to us, welcome along. We're seeing lots of new names at the moment, aren't we?
We are, which is lovely. If you're new, just put a little message in the comments and let us know, then we can welcome you.
Yeah, we can welcome you along. We're Highlight Crafts, and what we do every day of the week, bar Sundays, where we do repeats, is bring you live shopping shows. It's social shopping, so if you've never shopped with us before, it couldn't be easier.
That's super easy.
If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, all you need to do is type into the comments the word you see in bold on the screen. So for your MDF storage, it is shop. Desk. Andrew's flicking through all the comments. It was so good up until that point.
We were doing all right.
So good. What happens then is you'll get a message into your social media inbox containing a link that allows you to click and travel over to our website where your purchase will be in your basket waiting for you. Please, 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 if you're not a member of the Highlight Club already, do sign up. It's free to join.
It is.
And you get extra benefits. You get points, you get discounts, you get all sorts of goodies.
Yeah, you get a discount on every single order. So you start in tier 1 and you get 5% discount. Then you spend X amount, you go up to tier 2 where you get 10% discount. So the more that you spend, the more that you get back, which is brilliant, isn't it?
It's so good.
And then we also give you loyalty points for every single pound that you spend. Now, we had a lady last weekend, I wasn't in, so I don't know who it was, but bought the laser printer and the A3 inkjet printer, the edge-to-edge one, and used £348 of her points.
Oh wow, that would have taken
got
it down.
both of them. I know, right?
It's the way to do it, isn't it?
Isn't that cool? I had another lady bought the heat press, the mug press, and it cost £23.27.
Why wouldn't you when it's free
instead
to join?
of 180 odd pounds? Great, isn't it? And it's free to join, so make sure that you're doing that.
Free to join, so log in to check out. If you're watching us on the website, you'll see all the products along the right hand side. Learned that this morning. And all you need to do is click to add them to your basket. You then click on the icon at the top of the page to travel through to checkout.
You do. Should we say hello to a few people?
We should say hello to a few people. Should we introduce ourselves? Should we?
Oh, it's Highlight Crafts.
Oh no, we've done that bit. But you're Mel.
I'm Mel.
I'm Hannah. We've got our Amber.
Amber's
on cameras.
With a biker jacket on this morning.
She's a cool chick, isn't she?
She's a cool chick.
She is a cool chick.
Yeah.
And we've got Andrew making faces in the corner. Not cool. That's right. Not a cool chick. No, not a cool chick.
Now we're going to do charades in this hour. Oh. So I went to Tesco's yesterday to get some lunch, and I'm sat in my car because it was hammering down as I came. Well, I managed to get to my car and then it hammered down. I thought, might as well just sit here. What else could we do tomorrow morning? And suddenly I went, charades.
It's going to be fun.
Takes me back to on Christmas Day, me and my mum and dad and my grandma, we used to go and pick my grandma and granddad up, go to my Auntie Val and Uncle Alan's and my cousins, have Christmas dinner and then play charades. It was one of those family tradition things, so we're going to do that.
Yeah, we love that. So lots of hellos, lots of you joining us this morning.
Good
Thank
morning.
you so much. We've got Heather saying morning all.
Good morning.
Have got Lynn. We've got Alan still here joining us. We've got Daphne. Daphne is encouraging all the newbies to join the club.
Brilliant, Daphne.
There you go.
Love you for that.
We've got our Karen, we've got Lizzie, we've got Sandra, Jonathan's here as well. We've got Carol, Wendy, Lorraine. Goodness me, there are so many of you. Now, the great thing about our live shopping shows, as you can see, is totally interactive. So you've got questions, comments, anything like that, message in and we will try and answer as much as we can while playing charades.
Absolutely, we will.
So first things first.
So MDF. So just to recap, you're going to get the MDF to make this fabulous desk tidy. It's super easy to put together. You don't need instructions. All the information that you need, lower shelf, base, is already etched into that MDF for you, which is fabulous. MDF will be sturdier than grey board. There's nothing wrong with grey board, but MDF will be sturdier. Now we do give you the SVG files for the grey board element if you want to remake it again. We give you those included. What I will say, and I'm going to show you this, is when you, so if this was, let's say that this was made out of grey board, this back would have these pieces just stuck to it, not notched in.
Right.
And we didn't want to do a cutting file because if it doesn't cut quite right or you haven't measured it quite right or whatever, and you can't have that paper or that glue or that paint anywhere near those notches. No. So I'll show you piece by piece how to put this together, but please put it into your basket because this is flying out. And at that price, I'm not surprised. MDF, I mean, this is a piece of furniture now.
Yeah.
This isn't a plastic storage box that you're going to stick on your desk. This is now a piece of furniture. I have things like this all over my house. I have a box with all the letters in that I found from my mum and my dad and my grandma. I have a couple of these on my desk with all my pens and my paper clips and all my stationery elements in there. I have one on a bureau in the hallway, just as a piece of furniture. I have a couple in the back room. I have the big one, you know, the big one that I made that opened out, the steampunk one, when we open that out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's going to be the next one that we do. That's in the bedroom. I just love this because you can match it to your home decor as well, which is great. So if you want this one, Shop Desk $24.99 before your discount is a cracking price for that.
There's a few other things that we would recommend if you're coming in for this one. Do add these to your basket as well, because you mentioned with the gesso,
yes,
to prime your surface if you're using rice papers and things.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're going to cover this in, if you're going to use paint on this, I want you to just seal it with this. And when I'm saying if you're using paint, a light paint. If you're using something like a dark brown or a black or navy blue or whatever it is, you won't need to bother. But if you're using a light paint, you need to just seal the surface that you're going to paint first with your matte decoupage glue. Okay, so something that you might already have, because you don't want that paint, the colour of the little over. When they cut MDF, it's done on a laser, so it creates soot, and they clean them brilliantly, I have to say, because if I do that, you can't see it. But as soon as you put something like a white paint on there, it's going to pick up any residue. So seal it first. If you then want to use rice paper rather than regular paper, to make rice paper pop, you're going to put a white colour behind it. That just makes all the colours sing, because rice paper is a little bit translucent.
Yeah.
You can see through it, so you need to put something behind it for all those colours to pop. So then you will be using your gesso. Now this gesso is it's the best gesso I've ever used. Yeah. And this, I could literally take the top off that and hold it over my head and it's not moving. I'll tell you how good it is. You can paste with it.
That's, you know, got
it's
good
that
gesso.
thick. And look at the black. It's coal black.
Yeah, it's not sort of a wishy-washy grey colour or anything like that.
It's black.
Proper. So if you're using this as a base, things like your waxes that we're going to bring you next, or your metallic paints are really, really going to pop on that. If you're looking to add your gesso to your basket, Shop Gesso, $11.99 for the two.
Both. Now I'm thinking, I'm going further away now, so if you're a scan and cut user and you've got your patterns, your pattern panels again, you know, all those patterns that we keep bringing you can put any pattern in any panel. You could literally measure this without the tabs, obviously. So you'll measure, forget that bit, you'll measure it as a full rectangle, put a pattern in it, black gesso it, put your pattern over the top. If I would use black card if you're using black, or white if you're using white, and then put your waxes over the top. So it doesn't have to be in pretty papers. It can be in patterns, it can be in texture, it can be whatever you want it to be. But this, you're going to love that. And I am going to make 2 of these and put them back to back.
I love that idea.
Yeah, I do too. And then I could have like magnets on here, so I could put all the dies that you use, or pokey tools or whatever. But I just think it's a really lovely project, and it doesn't take too long to do. So yeah, you'll enjoy doing that one. It's a good one, that.
And you'll be sharing all the tips and tricks on how to
I
get that
absolutely
during
will.
the show, so stay tuned. We do have printable rice paper on the show, pack of 20 A4 sheets. Do you know what? I know there's levels, and I know we say we're paper snobs, but there is a reason for it. Now, maybe you have experience with rice papers before, maybe you don't, but usually with rice papers you get these sort of slugs within them,
Yeah,
don't
you do.
Like bits and...
Yeah, well, it's made from the pith of the cotton plant, is rice paper. So you will get those slubs as it's manufactured, and it's almost like, it's not a line, but it's almost like somebody's screwed this up and then put it into the rice paper.
Yeah.
So when you're tearing it, that slub will either come away with the tear, or you'll have to tear around it.
Yeah.
So David tested a lot of different ones, and this was the one that he chose because it's smooth. It will go through your inkjet printer. So you just put a little bit of stencil spray on a piece of copier paper, attach this so it gives it some stability, and then run it through and it will print. If you got on a regular all-day, everyday printer, if you've got the inkjet printer that we had last Saturday, the A3 one, you can also print A4 on that as well. But if you do that, I don't know why, but I'm going to test mine when I go home. It doesn't bleed.
Inkjet.
You know, like our inkjet, our big printers in the warehouse that don't bleed.
Yeah.
But our inkjet printer that's in Creative bleeds.
Yeah.
The other printer from Brother that we had last week doesn't bleed. Now, Stephanie showed you a few weeks ago in a couple of shows how to pull the fibres on one side and then join another rice paper to it and make it look seamless. So you can go bigger.
Okay.
If you want to.
That's
the other thing as well. Yeah, it was really clever. So she picked two designs that were quite different, but then just worked really cleverly and pulled bits out, and it looked seamless. It was really clever. So if you want your rice paper, shop rice $12.99.
Now we've also got a pack of the Cadence Magic Bond and Seal. Always popular when we bring you this. This is really great, not just as a starter kit and an introduction to Cadence as a brand, but this is bringing you your bond and sealers for a range of different things, including, go on Mel.
Yeah, you can put rice paper through your dishwasher. Blows my mind, that. I don't think I'll ever get my head around that at all. Cadence, honestly, they are incredible, aren't they? So first of all, you've got your Magic Bond and Seal. This is your gloss varnish. So if you want to seal or varnish with a gloss, you get one of those in here. I love this because it's like a pick and mix of the best Cadence products, isn't it? Then you've got your matte. So if you don't want that sheen to it, you've got your matte finish in there. You've then got this one. This is the one that you can use with your over your rice papers. You need to leave it to cure for, I'm going to say 28 days, and then you can put it through your dishwasher. Then you've got one for fabric, and then you've got this one, which is lovely with your crackles because you get that antique finish to it. So all of those you get, and it's a really good starter set. If you're new to Cadence and you want to go on a little journey of discovery, this is a really good one for you to have. I think it's fantastic.
Lovely. Yeah, that is shop magic to add that one to your baskets, guys. $14.99 for the whole set on
Absolutely.
that. Now, another favourite product amongst the team, cut and foam. Okay, so I know it sounds crazy, but you do have these sort of comfort products, I like to call them. Comfort products.
Yes.
And they are familiar and so blooming reliable as well. So, yes, it looks like
a piece of foam.
A piece of foam.
That's because it is.
That's because it is. But with this foam, obviously, as the name suggests, you can cut it down. We can be using this to apply our mediums, our textures, our paints to surfaces. More than that, it is then washable.
It is.
So it's reusable in that sense as well. Now, I know, because I sit and do a lot of the customer service queries and things like that, we get lots of wonderful messages in. So I just want to take a pause and say thank you for always messaging in really lovely things. But we've had people who have decorated their whole bathroom.
Oh, absolutely.
With the cut and foam, because it's just amazing.
When you think about all the different products that Cadence bring you, this is in my top 3.
I completely agree with you, Mel.
And Stephanie's face when I said that, so we flew out to Turkey and I went out with a group of ladies who'd done a lot of mixed media. And it was I walked in and I thought, right, I can either embrace this or I'm going to sit here being miserable for 4 days. So I thought, right, because I didn't do messy. You know what I'm like?
No, you don't do messy. No, no, no.
I was like, oh, no, don't do messy. And I walked through these doors and the first thing they gave us was, and I mean, it was about this big, this circle of MDF, and it was all routed and sectioned off. And we did different techniques in each area. And we used that foam and we used the black gesso as a base. And I literally took a piece of foam, went like that, created a little ski ramp, got the gesso in, and it doesn't absorb the paint into itself.
Yeah.
When you press it, it releases it. And I literally went top to bottom like that. And I just stood there and went, wow. Because it gives you, again, it's that foundation. It gives you the perfect coverage. It's absolutely brilliant product. So when you think you've run out of paint and you've got your little piece like this, press it down because there'll be paint in there.
Yeah.
It never really gets the paint down to here unless you really press it in. But the other side of this is really interesting as well, because this is good if you're piercing.
Yeah.
It's also good if you want to do your white work for your embossing.
Absolutely.
But you can heat this with a heat gun, stamp things, push things into it like buttons, for example, ink it, and then use it as a stamp. And then it will clean off. You heat it again, and it goes completely flat.
So that is what's magic. You can literally use things around your house and make
Leaves,
your own stuff.
petals, twigs.
So for someone who does a lot of art journaling and things like that, collecting memories, you don't have to stick that leaf in your book. You know, you don't have to wait however long for the leaf to dry and whatever. You can take a print of it, and it's so exciting, because once you're done, heat it, goes back to normal.
Yeah, Woodware used to do like the blue foam rectangles, and I used to take them on air. Well, you've got that in the foam.
You've got it in the
$5.99.
I mean, my goodness me.
Also, it's really, really good for applying your papers and your rice papers, because you use that side.
Because I know with the Sospeso Trasparente,
Me
getting the name, even coverage is what you need with that.
Absolutely.
And because it doesn't suck in and hold the paints or the glues or anything like that, you're then not wasting product as well.
Exactly that.
It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Andrew, our screen is frozen.
Oh, it's a nice little, look at me being all on the screen.
The downloads next.
Downloads next.
Right.
Right.
Oh, guys, you've got to see these. Which one are we starting with, Andrew?
Let's start with this one, because this is the one that I did. Let's do them a board at a time.
Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Now then, look at these. This has been one of our most popular downloads that we've done. This is Shop Coastal. It's $24.99, and you will get 60 designs of the most beautiful nautical themed. Takes me around. That is one of my favourite papers I've ever seen.
The stories
and
behind
this
them.
collection made me make a massive statement on air.
Oh, okay.
Where
What
I
was
stood
it?
there and went, I am not buying Stamperia anymore, because ours are as good.
Do you know what I love
Look
about
at
ours?
this.
Is within every single scene, there's nuances, there's stories, there's details. Just stop for a moment. Can you hear
The sea.
the sea?
You can smell the salt.
You
can hear the seagulls.
That's the aircon.
Andrew said that's the aircon. It's all right, I'll get him later.
But you actually, you feel the sort of salt spray against the ropes and the textures of the
Absolutely.
rope, the gentle lapping of the waves.
This is the one where Stephanie was demonstrating, and I went, look at that ship. It's beautiful. And she went, did you just say on air? And I went, no, but you just did. It was very funny. So you've got all of those, and there's more. Look at these.
It's taking you across time as well. So you've got modern prints, you've got older vintage designs.
So you've got this. You've got your little makeup wipes in here.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, you've got all your little muslin cloths in here, but it's decorated with this. Isn't that fabulous? I use these all over the house, but isn't that fantastic? Then we've also got this one. Not finished yet. Look at those.
The amazing thing with our downloads is you have full permission to make and sell with these, but you can also take these into my craft studio. So if you want to be coming in with a scissor tool, perhaps you just want a little seagull sitting on the side of your MDF box that you're making, you're allowed to do all of that, and you're also allowed to change the colours.
Absolutely.
Of these as well.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? This was, it absolutely flew. I know.
How does that take you back? That's
I know,
so
right?
lovely.
Yeah, the lace nets that just came down. Yeah, absolutely.
When it was like washing week
Yeah.
next to your nets.
Yeah. And then this, finally. Look how
look.
they love it. And this is the one that I've used to cover this box, because I thought it was really appropriate with the writing desk.
Yes.
That was the paper that I used.
That's
It's
great.
fantastic, isn't it? I love this one. Right, shall we do finger waxes, and then our vellum and our card, and then we'll go to demo?
Yes, let us do that.
Do you want to do that while I go to
Yes,
demo?
I can do that.
Oh, we're going to do this one. Oh, no, we need to do that download too.
Let's do the download now.
Okay.
Let's do the download now, because I didn't see this. This launched last weekend.
You were not here.
I wasn't here, and I walked in during the week and went, oh my God. In fact, this is the ones I'm going to use in the demo.
This is Secret
Isn't
Realm.
this? Love his
This is my favourite. That's the one I sent to Andrew. The little axolotl.
But in my head, he's got that tongue that comes out like that and grabs stuff like he can touch it. Do you know what I mean?
He's just a bloop. He just
He's
sits there.
lovely. I love him.
Just a little bloop.
The fantasy of this is just incredible. If you love your Beauty and the Beast, it's obviously nothing to do with that,
Yeah.
but look how stunning that is. The phoenix, the unicorn. But then look at that.
With the
That
water.
reminds me of the one that we did with Quirky Bird.
Yes, it does.
Kingdom
Castles
in the Sky.
Yeah, Kingdom in the Sky.
Yeah, and then you've got your sword in there as well.
You've got the
Then
princesses.
you've been asking for landscape. So we've done you summit in landscape as well. Look at that.
He looks a bit like Lewis, doesn't he, with brown hair?
It does look a bit like Lewis with brown hair.
David.
Maybe.
Maybe.
This.
Look at him.
I know. Well, it's a her.
Oh, it's her.
I've
I
called
suppose,
it.
yeah.
Apparently, she was called Delilah.
Okay, with flowers.
Yes.
Yes, I can get on board
But
with
isn't that fabulous? I love her. I think she's one. But
That's stunning.
as your Christmas card.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Just take that bit out. There's your Christmas card. Sentiment. Job done.
I mean, I know we shouldn't use brand names or anything like that, but Bridgerton.
Yes. Bridgerton. I love that.
I do too.
If you've never watched Bridgerton, you need to watch it. And then you look at this with your pumpkin house.
Oh, that's Amanda's house.
That's Amanda's house. Yeah.
You don't know who Amanda is. Amanda's one of our little crafty experts there.
Elves, she is.
Oh,
Look at these. I know. Aren't they beautiful? Look at that for a wedding.
If you're into your fantasy reading, I mean, huge things like your ACOTAR and your book talks and, you know, Sarah J. Maas with her worlds and realms that she creates. This is so evocative of all of those wonderful stories and details and fairy tales and, ooh.
This is the paper that I'm going to use in demo. I
Love
printed it on A3 and blew it up a little bit. I know what they're lovely. I love the dragons. I love them.
Cute.
But what an eclectic mix, because you go from something very fairy tale to something a little bit more Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
And I haven't seen it, but I know there's a dragon in it.
There's a few.
Is there?
Yeah.
I couldn't quite get into Game of Thrones. Maybe I need to retry it.
I think you need to retry it now that the hype's died down.
I couldn't remember all the names.
I think you just go with it.
Do you?
Yeah, you just go with it.
A bit like Vikings.
Exactly like
Okay,
Vikings.
Might try that. But look at this. Aren't they beautiful? And look. How
That is
pretty.
gorgeous, isn't it?
So we go from quite dark and mystical to magical. Look at this paper, Hannah.
Oh, look.
Isn't that
he's
stunning?
handsome, isn't he?
It's absolutely beautiful. Right, I'm going to demo to get myself organised. Thank you.
Okay. Now I've got a couple more things to share with you. So we got our waxes as well, like we were talking about. These add that metallic finish to your designs. We've got 2 bundles to bring you. Let me just do it this way because I think you need to see the colours here. They are gorgeous. We've got that wonderful aubergine. We've then got the sort of petroleum. You've got the blush rose in there. That first set is Shop Luxury, $22.49 for the 3, and you only need a tiny little bit with these. They go a long way. If you're looking for more of the traditional sort of metallic colours, we've got the gold, we've got the sort of deeper antique gold there as well, along with the silver. That one is Shop Metallic. Oh, we had a little bit of a move around there. So you've got the light gold, the rose gold, and the silver in the second one. Shop Metallic there, $22.49 for that. And just to recap, aubergine, teal, and the deeper gold in the Shop Luxury there as well. We did bring this to you, and it was mega popular in the last show. New posh card, guys. We need like an alarm, don't we? When the new posh card comes in the building.
Yeah.
This,
Siren.
This do need a siren. This is Shop Cream. We have got 30 of your A3. We've got 30 of your 7x5s. We've then got 60 A4 in there as well. Lots and lots of beautiful. And it has this wonderful texture to it as well. Really gorgeous, high quality, about 250 GSMs, perfect for your mats and layers, even down to your card bases as well. That one, guys, is Shop Cream, $19.99.
And it's 13 pence a sheet.
13 pence a sheet, yes, we worked that out in the last show.
13 pence for a sheet of A3. I'd expect to pay more than that for a sheet of A5.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's crazy value for money. Don't miss out on it. It's about $2.50, $2.40, $2.50.
Yeah.
So it's a nice weight for your card bases, but also for your mats and your layers and your die cutting. The one we brought you on Tuesday was 320 GSM. That's more for your construction, so your boxes, anything that's going to get handled a lot, your kinetic cards maybe even. But that is a deal and a half. You know, the paper mills are really, honestly, they're closing all the time.
So
We
sad.
lost another one a few months ago. We're managing to get you some really good deals though on that cardstock. So please, while you've got it, I would expect of that quality to pay probably 50 pence a sheet for 12 by 12 at least. And you've got 30 of those, so that's £15 worth of value. I'd expect to pay double that for the A3.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got all your 60 A4 and your 30 A5. So you're getting 150 sheets in total. It's a cracker and it's lovely. It's almost got a slight texture to it. It looks a bit like Basildon Bond, if you remember that. But it's lovely and it will go through your printers as well.
Perfect for that as well. And new today as well, printable vellum for you. So we've got these actually printed with that Secret Realm download as well. But it has that slight texture to it. This is through your inkjet printer, so you can see really, really lovely finish on there. Amanda hasn't put any information on here, so we're thinking it is just normal print settings on this one. If you print it on your particular printer and find that it's still a little bit wet and needs that extra time, print it on your gloss settings or your photo paper settings as well. But really, really gorgeous design on this. It's almost like crepe papery kind of texture, isn't it?
It does have that texture, but it's flat.
But it's flat, yeah. You can't feel the texture.
Yeah, it has the texture of that.
Really, really lovely. And a really soft blush cream colour to that one as well. So if your vellum, that is Shop Arctic, $12.99 on that. I struggle with that word.
Arctic.
Arctic. And I don't know why.
I don't know.
Arctic. $12.99
I couldn't say positively.
Positively.
Yeah, I struggled with that. Positively perfect this week.
That was a lot. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
Yeah, it was. Right, now then.
What we doing?
So, what I've done before we came to yesterday afternoon was just taken, and I'll show you how to do this in a minute. Let me just get my tweezers, because I'm trying to talk and line this up at the same time, and that's not a good idea for me. One task at a time at the moment. Right, so let me just finish this bit off and then I'll talk you around this. So let me just get that in place. Right, so still not straight. Sorry, I will be with you in 1 minute. Just let me get this straight, otherwise it will drive me crazy because I'm obsessed with straight. Right, there we go. So I took the base. Now the file for the base that you get, the SVG file, fits perfectly. Don't need to think about it because there's no notches in it. Then I took a side piece, and I'll show you how this works. When you're gluing something, so let's say, for example, in fact, let's get the other side piece out and I can show you this. What's he giggling about in the corner?
I can't afford a side piece.
You probably couldn't find one anyway. He knows I love him.
It's funny because it's true.
It is funny because it's true. Oh, shut up, Andrew. Thicker skin than that, love. We met Quinn yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew's little girl. Oh, my goodness me. She's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, isn't she?
She is stunning.
She's lovely. Honestly, I fell in love with her. Right, now then, I want to borrow her. Hey, Andrew, if we're going down to Hobbycraft and I have to stay over, I could babysit.
You could.
Couldn't I?
You could.
Babies.
You just could visit as well. You don't have to babysit.
I could just come and visit. Yeah, I could. Now then, so I'm not going to put the other side in yet because we've got to put all these pieces together first. But these notches here, the ones that push out, fit into these slots here. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it in, and then you know exactly where your glue is going to go. So the rule of thumb that I work to is if it's a protruding little notch, you're going to put your glue on there, and wherever it's flat, you put your glue on there. And then you can see that the glue there will stick to the top of that, there to there, and there to there, and then this glue is going to stick down the side, and that's the rule of thumb for your MDF. I mean, I can slot that in without even gluing it if I try my best and do it facing me. Look, that's how brilliantly it slots in. Doesn't even fall out without glue.
That's so clever.
It's good that, isn't it? Because sometimes you get MDF and it's a bit too tight. Sometimes you get it and it's a bit too loose. This is perfect. Now, because I wasn't concentrating properly, I'm putting that paper in. I've got bubbles. Yes, darling.
I'm really sorry to interrupt you because I don't want to be that person.
No, you've got to be that person. It's called doing your job, love.
But I can't even do the maths, but
Right.
we've got literal limited stock of this now.
Oh.
Limited.
I'll try and get you some more. It just takes them forever to cut it. That's the problem. So if you ever get bubbles, you're just going to put your put pin in it and let the air out. and then go back in with your spatula, and I would recommend using a spatula because you don't want to just use it out of the bottle and spread it out, because by the time you get to this end from that end it will have gone. Right, I want to show you this bit because if it sells out, we're going to the next show. So I want to show you this. So these pieces work like that. The file for that works perfectly. Okay, so that works without you needing to adjust it, and that will be your central divider that will pop in there. So you have to make sure that you don't get any paper over that notch. Okay, so as long as you work, so sometimes this is the thing, when different materials are cut, like MDF is cut with a flame, with a laser, right? When you cut it on your scan and cut, because it's not as thick and it's a different material, might cut a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller. It's usually bigger. So if you're covering something like this, rather than starting on this angled edge and getting that lined up and ending up with a little bit too much paper that overlays over that notch, line it up to the end where the notch is, and then if you need to, you can sand off this edge. Okay, that's the thing. So if you do that, you can then sand from the edge that doesn't have the notch. That would be the best advice that I could give you. So let's just see if we can get a few of these pieces in here so that I can show you exactly how to do the next bit.
Mel, we've had a couple of questions, if that's
Lovely.
all right.
Yes, absolutely.
Davina asked, what paper has Mel printed the designs onto to put onto the MDF?
I have printed them, Davina, onto 140 A3.
And actually that answers Daphne's question as well.
There you go. Now, I must admit, if I was doing that one again, I would print it on an inkjet because I like the flat look. It doesn't have a sheen on an inkjet.
Right.
It looks more aged, distressed. So think about the theme and the mood of your papers. If I'm using that, I'm going to be happy to use a laser because it'll put a lovely sheen over the top.
But could you not use the Bond and Seal or the matte?
You could, if you want that sheen, absolutely. But if you don't want that sheen, use the inkjet. So now we've got that piece in place, and you can see how well, and this is how we'll build it. Base, back, one of the sides. That then gives you that support on that angled level. Then you're going to put your, this is where pictures in my head don't happen. This is when it becomes difficult. Where's my piece from that upper shelf?
And just to note, on the layout, when the item gets delivered to you, all of the names of the pieces are etched into.
Yes, they are. Absolutely. That's not the right piece. Where's my other piece gone? That's my side. Is it that one? No, there's another notch on it somewhere. Oh, don't tell me I've left a piece out. I'm sure I brought them all in. Oh, it's that thing. Honestly, what's going on? Things keep moving.
It's the fairies.
That's the side. Where's my other piece gone?
Do you want it out of this one?
No. I don't. You can't touch that one.
It's on your desk.
No, it's here. Right in front of me. Right, now then, I need the shelf bit. What's that? Hang on, let me work this out. That goes there. That's why I'm trying to find a whole shelf. I'm trying to find a piece that doesn't even exist, Melanie. Right, so you've got this bit now. Now this bit, the file's fine. But you have to think about these notches that are going into here as well. So now this now slots into, where am I? All my pieces gone. Right. That's the top bit. Where's that lower bit there? Can't find my piece. This bit.
This is going to be
Melanie, no, I've just, this is it.
I nearly put it in the glue.
I know I've put it there. Right, that one then goes on there. Where's my shelf? That shelf then sits on there. There we go, got it. I knew I brought them all in. Right, so you'll get to a stage now where you have built, bear with while I just push that down. We just get that notch in. Oh, it doesn't happen. There we are, like that. Okay. Now these pieces are the bits that you need to start to measure. It's still not right. That's that bit. Then I've got a notch bit there. Right. Let's find that piece then. This piece here. Two pieces. I've had it because I've had the papers. I had two pieces of paper and a rectangle. Oh, God, Melanie. Right, let's just show you this bit then, because this will make it all make sense. So, she says, you're going to measure with a ruler. Now, I would advise you to have a look online for a metal ruler where it starts, the 0 starts right at the edge. So you don't have a 0, it just starts to 1, because your measurement then is going to be accurate. So all you're going to do, because you can't cut a full piece because you've got that slot, just take it out and then you can see what I mean. You've got that slot. So if you cut a full piece, and trying to get that in the right place and exactly right size, forget it. All right, just don't even bother, because it's a pain in the neck and you don't want to be doing that. So we're going to slot this in, and we can't just cut the base piece in half because you've got that notch. So what I did was just went in with my ruler and measured from there to there, which was 174. And then I measured from here to here, not here. Because if you measure to there, you're going to have paper on that notch as well. So you measure from there to there, and then you cut your pieces out, and they will fit perfectly inside there for you, like that. Okay, so then you've got your picture. Now look at that. How cool is that? So I did this on my trimmer. I'm not going to say I did it with my cutting pads, because I didn't. It was quicker to just cut it on my trimmer. But look how that picture follows through. It's lovely, isn't it? So even on the shelves, you can see that it follows through. Now, when you're doing the underneath of the shelf, it doesn't need to be cut, because the notch isn't underneath, it's on the top. Does that make sense?
I think it makes sense. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. So if you've got a piece like this, for example, so that's a shelf, right? You've got this piece. The underneath you can just cover, but the top bit you need to allow for these pieces. Okay, now when we come to do this bit at the top, this is a little bit different as well. So I'm going to just pop that into, I'm just going to sit it on there for you like that.
You're doing a me today, it's me.
What is it?
I have this effect on people.
You have this effect on people, do you?
It's because you didn't have a Mackey's for breakfast.
I didn't have McDonald's for breakfast. It's not breakfast, it's like eating cardboard, isn't it? Right, so then your next piece will go into that slot there. So don't think there should be a slot there. That's what's throwing me out. There doesn't need to be a slot there, because this slot is for that piece. Your divider like that. There you go, see? And then you've also got these pieces. Now on these pieces, I would do this before you attach it. And what I would do, rather than making a file for your scan and cut, which will take longer than it takes to do, you're going to measure. We've got a trimmer under there, Hannah. Anywhere? Nope. Oh, there's one here. It's all right. Got one. Right. So the way that I would do this, I'll show you this right now, is I would measure from the top to the bottom. Okay. So that is going to be, I'm going to say 88 by 51. So 88 by 51. Let's grab a piece of paper. 88 by 51. I have to keep saying it because I'll have forgotten otherwise. Let's just grab a piece of this. So 88 by 51. So I want it 88 high by 51 wide. So the first one I'm going to do, other side, Melanie. Let's just get this straight for a start off. Put that through there. Now, can you see how I can't move that? That's because I pushed it right up. So to move this trimmer, you're going to pull it out slightly. That's a safety mechanism, which I think is really cool.
Clever,
Look,
yeah.
it locks at the top, which I think is really clever. I'm just going to trim all the white bits off. If only you could do that yourself, right? Trim your white bits off. Andrew's just can you just get the sign, please?
Safe to spell it right.
No.
This is why I read things wrong.
Just saying.
He's a brilliant producer, but he can't spell. You are dyslexic though, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
To be fair. Right, so we want this to be...
You should see
I've
me try
forgotten my
reading kids-
measurements now.
You should try and see me watch a kid's book to Quinn. It's horrible.
Oh, bless you.
Yes.
Oh, 51. Right, so 51. So put the left-hand side of your paper on 51. and just pull that down and cut that. And then we want it to be, let's make sure that I've measured that right, because me and measuring. And then we want it to be, did I say 88? Nobody can remember, can they? Honestly, you lot, flipping heck. Supposed to be helping me out here. I'm going to do 89, actually. So 89, like that, and cut that down. Right, get rid of that trimmer for now. So I would then, first of all, I would edge the cardstock, but well, no, I'd do that after, actually, to be fair, because we're going to sand this back. So we're going to take our glue on here. Now, if I was doing this at home, I would obviously take my time with this. I would put a little bit of masking tape just over the notches, because then you're not faffing around with your glue. You can literally go over the whole thing. And for this purpose, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go over the whole thing because we can stick it in then. If you get glue on, you can just wipe it off if you want to, but it's the paper. You don't want to have the paper, because all it will do when you force it into that notch is crinkle it. So there's no point, right? You might as well do it right. So once you've got to that stage, and I'm just using Pinflair bookbinding glue here, and what I do is, because I buy it in the bottles, sometimes when you get to the end of the bottle you can't get the glue out, so I just turn them upside down, put them in a little rack with circles in, turn them upside down so all the glue comes to the bottom. You can take the lid off like that, and then I pour it into a tub and I use it for my MDF. No, it's good that, isn't it? So if you ever get bits in it, stuck in it, pin, take the nib out, you just literally pull it to the side, then you can put your pin inside as well, so if it ever gets stuck. The only time that that will block is if you don't put your lid on. If you leave the lid off for like a couple of hours, it might form a little skin, but the hole in the top of that nib is so fine that the air can't get in to block it. And I'm not even worrying about not having that. So I choose a nicer piece of paper, but you'll get the idea. So we're going to pop that onto there. Then I use the back of my cut and use foam just to burnish it down, right, to make sure that it's nice and flat. And then once it's dry, you're going to go in with a sanding block and sand it back. And that's the easiest way to do the bits that curve. So, and just keep going with that sandpaper. It will eventually bring it away. Don't try and pull in it, because if I pull it there, I get that fluffy bit. Just keep going with your sanding block. It's easier. It takes a little bit longer, but it's easier. You could use a craft knife, but again, there you go. And then that is covered beautifully. Okay. Now, if I bring this one in and show you this, when I'm doing this piece is fine, right? Because your cutting file is perfect for that. This piece, I measured again, and I did it before I put all these shelves in. And I cut a rectangle. So rather than trying to get that angle on your trimmer, just cut a full rectangle so it sticks out like that, and do exactly what I've done with this. Just sand off any excess. That's the easiest way to do it. So make sure that you're getting this in your basket. Have we got any left, Andrew?
We have a few left.
But not many. Now I think this is a brilliant price for this.
I think this is a fantastic price.
Storage, and I think you're going to absolutely love it. Now, if you're doing a bigger area, I'm just going to show you the side, because I want you to see how you coat it with the glue with the bigger area. So when you're working on something like this, because your notches are the pieces that are on the inside, you can then just use the full piece on the outside like that. Now then, here's the thing. I also have somewhere, on the floor, of course it's on the floor, Melanie, everything's always on the floor. Because we did it in grey board and I wanted it to look like a piece of furniture rather than just a plain box, we actually, now you've got the notches, you've got to make that look like a piece of furniture. So the rest of it's brown, so we're just going to go along with an alcohol marker and we're going to fill those little notches in there. Okay, you can adjust the file if you want to cover the whole thing, but it doesn't look as nice.
No.
And try one with and one without. Personally, I like it to have these edges on it, because it does then look like a wooden piece of furniture.
It feels like it's finished.
It feels like it's finished. And then I would find some metal feet and put them on the bottom.
Cute.
So it becomes a proper piece of furniture. But now, so if I just bring in the other side piece and show you the difference, you have got, thank you, Amber, you've got from that, like that, which looks okay, but it looks much better when you put it onto there like that. It really does look finished. I just think it's lovely. So to apply the glue to that, I'm going to take a decent amount of glue on my spatula and do exactly the same thing that we've just done. It couldn't be easier, really. I'd start with the base, the back on one side, and then I would fill in with all the shelves and the extra little dividers. I'd do that as well. Now, I'm not worried about going over this bit now with glue because it will look like it's varnished. Okay, so I'm not worrying about going over these edges at all now because it will just look finished. You could aquastone it if you wanted to. I didn't know, but we also have in stock the aquastone matte in a big bottle.
I didn't know we had it in a big bottle.
No, I didn't either until I did a show with David the other day and I was like, oh, that's another thing that needs to go in the basket. I spent loads this week, but I've got loads of amazing stuff. I got all of that rusty stuff.
Well, I'm just thinking
stuff. That's not very nice, is it? Patina spray.
Patina spray is slightly better. I'm just happy Sam's in and the warehouse is open today, so I can go and pick up my order after the show.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, good point, Hannah. Oh, poor Sam. Sorry, Sam. She'll be like, what are you sorry for? I can hear you saying sorry. What are you sorry for? And when you get to this stage, just go in here and just scrape out that glue. Okay, the glue that's got inside the notches. Not because it's going to, just because you don't want that excess glue in there, it's going to make your paper warp a little bit. So we just scrape that out and then take your piece of paper, and this is where your cut and use foam really comes into its own. So I start here, line it up like so. What I will do on Monday is get them to, oh no, there's a photograph, isn't there? There'll be a photograph of this.
It should be, yeah. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, perfect. So you'll be able to, whereabouts will it be?
On the product.
On the product, brilliant. So go to highlightcrafts.com, go into the Craftmaster brand shop, look for the MDF kits, and then you will find the picture. So I've taken the other side of my foam, the dense side, and I'm pulling out all those air bubbles. Do you remember when you used to hang a piece? I can remember my dad now hanging wallpaper in the lounge. He used to have a plumb line.
Yeah.
You know, the string with the plumb on the bottom, so you knew it was level and it weighted it down. Absolutely, it was brilliant. And then he knew it was straight, and then he put the wallpaper at the top, go right down the middle, and then work out so all the air bubbles came out. That's exactly how I do it with this as well. So then when you've got to that stage, you can then put these in situ, and they will just drop in like that. And then you put the other one in there, you put your other shelves in, and then you put the side on last. And that will click it all into place. It's super, super easy. So just to show you the glue on this one, I mean, I didn't even glue these in.
No.
I didn't glue these in. I just glued the main part on the outside, which was fabulous. I love the style of it. It looks quite vintage. It looks quite bureau-ish. And I think 2 back to back would clear up your desk. I love it. I also think it would be nice for like Mick in the back room, because we've got a desk very similar to that where all the paperwork goes.
Yeah.
That would be lovely as well. Just, you know, whatever you're going to use it for. Maybe you've got like little post-it notes and all sorts of different bits and bobs. It doesn't have to go in your craft room. It can go anywhere in your house. And then you've got the drawer that just pulls out at the bottom there as well. So super, super, super easy to do. The cutting file for the front of the drawer is right, okay? It's not that none of the files are wrong, but so you imagine grey board, right? If I was making this out of grey board, this is a solid square. Then this is a solid rectangle that glues on the back edge against it. So there's no notches. You can't put notches in grey board because as you force the notch into the hole, it will peel back because it's fibrous. Whereas with MDF, it will slot in. And even these pieces here, so now I would measure that, cut a rectangle, put that in there, measure that, put the rectangle in there. So break it down. But honestly, I mean, I can use my scan and cut, but by the time I brought the shape on, separated it, made all the different changes to the shapes, I might as well use my ruler and my trimmer. So you don't have to have a scan and cut to be able to do this. It's just an extra bonus that we give you the SVG files. Right, coming up next, Hannah.
I know.
Got Hannah doing resin. When was the last time? Because you were mixed media when I first met you, weren't you?
Yeah,
mixed
so I used
media
to
specialist.
demo mixed media and resin all the time back in the day.
Well, you were on Andy Skinner's design team, weren't you?
I was with Mr. Andy Skinner for a long time.
Mr. Andy Skinner design team. She knows the stuff.
So we will be having a little bit of a play next to
Yes, we will.
scrapbooking and resin.
Exciting.
Can't wait to show you what we got. It's so exciting.
It is.
So we are going to be over the way. Please stay with us. Myself and Mel, the team, Saturday crew.
Saturday crew.
And I will be hopefully bringing you lots of hints and tips and things like that.
I will.
Last call.
I will finish this and then we'll put a picture on the Facebook page.
Yeah, you can do that, absolutely.
Highlight your creativity.
Highlight your creativity, our Facebook group. Last call, we are literally down to completely limited stock, single figures. We'll see you next door.
We will. See you in a bit.